My wife said her daughter felt unsafe around me. No explanation, no questions. She told me to leave my own house.
That evening, I walked into my house expecting a quiet dinner. Instead, my wife was standing there, arms crossed, face set like stone. She said her daughter felt unsafe around me. Unsafe. That one word hit me like a ton of bricks. Before I could say a thing, she told me to leave for a while. No discussion, no questions, just a verdict. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. Years of working with machinery taught me that panic just makes things worse. I packed a bag, grabbed my laptop, and walked out of the house I'd paid for and maintained for years. As I left, I saw my stepdaughter watching from the doorway. She wasn't scared or upset. She was just waiting. That's when I knew. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a plan. I checked into a cheap motel off the highway and just stared at the wall. I wasn't heartbroken, not yet. I was cold, focused. If I was going to be accused of something so terrible, I was going to defend myself with facts. I opened my laptop and started organizing everything: bank statements, emails, receipts, messages. I've always been meticulous, and that habit was about to become my lifeline. The next morning, I met with my accountant. He reminded me of something crucial. My wife still had power of attorney from a surgery years ago. That meant I still had legal authority over our joint finances. From that point on, every move I made was documented, legal, and precise. I separated our accounts, secured my pension, and moved my assets into protected structures, quietly. Then I called a lawyer, not for revenge, but for clarity. She listened to the whole story and said something that has stuck with me ever since. Truth doesn't protect you, proof does. So I gathered more proof. I hired a private investigator to look into my stepdaughter. Her accusation felt too rehearsed, too clean. While the investigator was working, I uncovered something even worse. My wife had used that same power of attorney to take out a huge loan against our house months earlier. The money was gone, vanished into a failed investment her sister was involved in. But the debt was very real. And it became clear she was planning to pin it all on me in the divorce she was obviously setting up. I found the emails. Cold, calculated planning, not a shred of guilt. About 2 weeks after I was thrown out, my phone finally rang. It was my stepdaughter, and she was in a full-blown panic. Her university had opened an ethics investigation into her conduct, and her fellowship was on the line. She couldn't understand how it was happening. I told her very simply that I had submitted evidence, her own messages, her own words caught on recordings where she bragged about how easy it was to manipulate me. The line went silent, then she started screaming. My wife called next, demanding to know what I'd done. I just told her to check her bank accounts and talk to her lawyer. Then I hung up. The investigator's report landed on my table that same day. It confirmed a pattern. My stepdaughter had a history of making false accusations to get out of trouble against a coach, against a landlord. Each time, the claims were quietly disproven. But she never faced any real consequences, until now. Her boyfriend was part of the picture too, a guy who targeted women with money and then disappeared. It was all there, documented. When my wife finally showed up at my motel room, she looked defeated. She wanted to fix things, saying she was just trying to protect her daughter. I told her calmly that she chose a lie over our marriage without even giving me the chance to tell her the truth. I told her about the hidden debt, the separated assets, the divorce papers that were on their way. She started crying, real tears this time. But some things, once they're broken, can't be fixed. The legal meeting was short. As soon as my lawyer laid out the evidence, their confidence just crumbled. The settlement was simple. I kept everything I had built. The house would be sold, and the debt she created would be paid from her share. No alimony, no contact. She signed everything 2 days later. Months have passed. I moved to a quiet town on the coast. Rented a workshop and found the piece I'd been putting off for decades. I fix old radios, drink my coffee in silence, and for the first time in years, I sleep soundly. My own kids visit all the time. We talk about life, not lawsuits. That's a victory more important than any court case. I heard through the grapevine that my stepdaughter lost her fellowship and other opportunities. The lies finally caught up with her. I don't take any pleasure in it. Accountability found its own way. One evening, watching the sunset from my porch, I had a realization. I didn't win anything. I just stopped losing myself to people who never deserved my loyalty in the first place. When they had to choose between truth and convenience, they chose convenience. So I chose freedom. And that was more than enough. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, remember that gathering your own proof is one of the most powerful things you can do. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this.